Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets leaders from Jammu and Kashmir in an all-party meeting today. Leaders of National Conference (PDP) participate in the meeting. Union Home Minister Amit Shah also attends the meeting. Prime Minister interacts with the participants at the grand finale of Toykathon 2021. PM says tradition, technology will boost initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Prime Minister says toys and games combine tradition and technology. Vaccination campaign picks up pace in the country with the jab crossing 30 crore mark. Active cases in India reduced to 6,27,000. Recovery rate increases to 96.61%. 54,000 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. DD News and All India Radio become the most trusted broadcasters in Reuters Institute's Digital News Report 2021. INB Minister Prakash Javadekar praises Doordarshan and All India Radio, says both the organizations played their role as broadcasters in a crisis like COVID-19 with full responsibility. And in sports, Euro 2020 action on the final night of the first round sees 3 draws and 1 big win by Spain to qualify, while Ronaldo scores 2 goals to equal Ali Day record of 109 goals. Help Portugal qualify with a draw against France. Germany and Sweden also reached the last 16. Namaskar and welcome to DD News and DD India. I'm Sakal Bhatt, and the top story that we are tracking for you at this hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired an all-party meeting on Jammu and Kashmir today. Jammu and Kashmir's Gupkar Alliance, led by former Chief Minister Farooq Abdullah, attended the all-party meeting. Earlier on Tuesday, Jammu Kashmir's National Conference President Farooq Abdullah had also met the members of the People Alliance for Gupkar Declaration at his residence in Srinagar. Farooq Abdullah is one among the 14 political leaders invited for the all-party meeting. These are the visuals of the photo op and the all-party meeting under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In other news, Prime Minister Modi also today interacted with the participants of Toykathon 2021 via video conferencing. Prime Minister Modi lauded the participants for coming out with innovative ideas promoting Indian culture and values. Prime Minister compared Toykathon with the concept of hackathon. More details in this report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted with participants of Toykathon 2021 on Thursday via video conferencing. He praised the participants for the innovative ideas promoting Indian culture and values. He encouraged them to make toys keeping in mind India's tradition and technology. Comparing Toykathon with Hackathon, PM said last 5 to 6 years, Hackathon has been providing solutions to challenges posed before the country and has motivated youth to come up with new innovations. And the Toykathon serves a similar purpose.
बीते 5-6 वर्षों में हैकाथॉन को देश की समस्याओं के समाधान का एक बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म बनाया गया है। इसके पीछे की सोच है देश के सामर्थ्य को संगठित करना, उसे एक माध्यम देना। कोशिश ये है कि देश की चुनौतियां और समाधान से हमारे नौजवान का सीधा कनेक्ट हो। जब ये कनेक्ट मजबूत होता है तो हमारी युवा शक्ति की प्रतिभा भी सामने आती है और देश को बेहतर समाधान भी मिलते हैं। देश के पहले टॉयकाथॉन का मकसद भी यही है।
Prime Minister also emphasized the economic aspects of toys and gaming, calling it toy economy. PM said the global toy market is about $100 billion and India has only 1.5% of this market.
ग्लोबल टॉय मार्केट करीब 100 बिलियन डॉलर का है। इसमें भारत की हिस्सेदारी सिर्फ $1.5 बिलियन के आसपास ही है, सिर्फ 1.5 बिलियन। आज हम अपनी आवश्यकता के भी लगभग 80% खिलौने विदेशों से आयात करते हैं। यानी इन पर देश का करोड़ों रुपये बाहर जा रहा है। इस स्थिति को बदलना बहुत जरूरी है।
PM reiterated the mantra of vocal for local and said it's important to motivate people to come up with innovative ideas. He said that artists should be prepared for new markets in order to become globally competitive.
लोकल के लिए वोकल होना जरूरी है और उनको बेहतर बनाने के लिए, ग्लोबल मार्केट में कॉम्पिटिटिव बनाने के लिए हर स्तर पर प्रोत्साहन देंगे। इसके लिए इनोवेशन से लेकर फाइनेंसिंग तक नए मॉडल विकसित करना बहुत जरूरी है। हर नए आइडिया को इंक्यूबेट करना जरूरी है। नए स्टार्टअप्स को कैसे प्रमोट करें और खिलौनों की पारंपरिक कला को, कलाकारों को कैसे नई टेक्नोलॉजी, नई मार्केट डिमांड के अनुसार तैयार करें, यह भी आवश्यक है। विशेष रूप से हमारी बहनें, हमारी बेटियां बहुत बड़ी भूमिका निभा रही हैं। खिलौनों से जुड़े सेक्टर के विकास से ऐसी महिलाओं के साथ ही देश के दूर दराज इलाकों में रहने वाले हमारे आदिवासी और गरीब साथियों को भी बहुत लाभ होगा।
Prime Minister also referred to the cheap data and growth of internet that led to rural connectivity and called for exploration of possibilities in virtual, digital and online gaming in India.
फिजिकल खेल और खिलौनों के साथ साथ वर्चुअल, डिजिटल, ऑनलाइन गेमिंग में भी भारत की संभावनाएं और सामर्थ्य दोनों तेजी से बढ़ रहे हैं। लेकिन जितने भी ऑनलाइन या डिजिटल गेम्स आज मार्केट में उपलब्ध हैं, उनमें से अधिकतर का कंसेप्ट भारतीय नहीं है, हमारी सोच से मेल नहीं खाता है। आप भी जानते हैं कि इसमें अनेक गेम्स के कंसेप्ट या तो वायलेंस को प्रमोट करते हैं या फिर मेंटल स्ट्रेस का कारण बनाते हैं। इसलिए हमारा दायित्व है कि ऐसे वैकल्पिक कॉन्सेप्ट डिजाइन हो जिसमें भारत का मूल चिंतन, जो संपूर्ण मानव कल्याण से जुड़ा हुआ हो, वो हो, तकनीकी रूप में सुपीरियर हो, फन भी हो, फिटनेस भी हो, दोनों को बढ़ावा मिलता रहे।
Toycothon was launched to crowdsource innovative toys and games ideas. India's domestic market as well as the global toy market offers a huge opportunity to our manufacturing sector. Toycothon 2021 is aimed at boosting the toy industry in India to help it capture a wider share of toy market. With Bureau Inputs, DD India.
And Prime Minister Modi also interacted with the participants of Toycothon 2021 by video conferencing. Prime Minister lauded participants for coming up with innovative ideas, promoting Indian culture and values, and told participants about further scope of improvement in their designs.
आर्मी और नेवी में खास करके इसको बहुत अच्छे ढंग से उपयोग में लाया जा सकता है। आर्मी में भी मैप रीडिंग का बहुत बड़ा काम होता है। इवन आप एनसीसी किए होंगे तो आपको एनसीसी का भी मालूम होगा। एनसीसी में भी मैप रीडिंग की ट्रेनिंग कराते हैं। पहले के जमाने में हमारे यहाँ गांव में भी खेल होते थे कि भाई चीज खोज कर ले आओ, फिर इंडिकेशन देते हैं, पहले आता है, दूसरा आता है और वो पहुंच जाता है। अगर हम जवानों के लिए इसको साइंटिफिक तरीके से बनाएं और उनकी लाइफ में किस किन चीजों को उनको पार करना होता है, ऐसा अगर इस गेम का रूप दिया जाए तो शायद हमारे डिफेंस सेक्टर को उनका जो ट्रेनिंग मॉड्यूल है उसमें ये टेक्नोलॉजी वाला पहलू बहुत काम आ सकता है। और मैं समझता हूं कि ये बच्चों के लिए भी, क्योंकि केमिस्ट्री कभी कभी तो बड़ा उदासीन सब्जेक्ट लगता है, लैब की दुनिया से जुड़ जाता है, उसमें आपने जान भरने की कोशिश की है, उसमें एक लिविंग एलिमेंट को जोड़ने का प्रयास किया है। तो मैं आपको और आपकी टीम को बधाई देता हूं और मैंने जो सुझाव दिया है उस पर आप सोचिए, शायद ये बड़े स्केल पर और कामों में भी आ सकता है। बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, बहुत धन्यवाद। आपको मालूम होगा भगवान बुद्ध के जीवन की कथा बचपन में हम सुनते थे कि हंस मारने वाले का कि हंस बचाने वाले का, ये शायद आप लोगों ने भी सुना होगा। तो चीजें ऐसी प्रमोट हो जो मानवीय मूल्यों को बल दे, जिसमें किसी को बचाना, किसी की संकट में सहाय करना, वो मनुष्य हो या पशु हो, इन सारी चीजों को हमारे देश में सदियों से खेल के माध्यम से जोड़ा गया था, एक संवेदनशीलता, और आपने उसी को पकड़ते हुए आगे ले जाने का एक आधुनिक रूप दिया है। इसलिए मैं पहले तो आपको, आपकी टीम को बधाई देता हूं, और आपने हमारे पारंपरिक खेल को बचाने के लिए भी सचमुच में प्रशंसनीय काम किया है। इसके लिए भी आप अभिनंदन के अधिकारी हैं, आपकी पूरी टीम अभिनंदन के अधिकारी है। मुझे विश्वास है कि आप जैसे साथियों के प्रयासों से देश के अनेक युवा ये जो परंपरागत चीजें हैं उसको आधुनिक रूप में देश के सामने लाएंगे, और शायद नई पीढ़ी को उसके कारण और रुचि बनेगी। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
And now moving on to news from COVID vaccination update. Another significant achievement, India's cumulative COVID vaccination coverage has crossed 30 crore mark. Cumulatively, 64,89,599 vaccine doses were administered in last 24 hours, out of which 58,52,000 people received their first dose, while over 6,37,000 were given second dose of the vaccine. With this, India has inoculated total 30 crore 16,26,028 jabs of COVID-19 vaccines. The Union Health Ministry has said that more than 1 crore 89 lakh COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories to be administered to the beneficiaries. The ministry has said that the central government has provided over 30 crore 33 lakh COVID vaccine doses to states and union territories so far. Vaccination is a crucial pillar in the fight against coronavirus. The liberalized and accelerated phase 3 strategy of COVID-19 vaccination has already been started in the country. Meanwhile, India has reported over 52,000 new cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. The country reports 54,069 new cases, with the active caseload declining to 6,27,057. Country's active caseload is less than 7 lakh after 81 days. The daily recoveries continue to outnumber the daily new cases for the 42nd consecutive day. As many as 68,885 patients have recovered during last 24 hours. So far, a total of 2 crore 90 lakh 63,740 patients have recovered across the country. Recovery rate has increased to 96.61%. The weekly positivity rate remains below 5% and is currently at 3.04%. Daily positivity rate is below 5% as well as for the 17th day and is now at 2.91%. According to the Indian Council of Medical Research, as the COVID-19 pandemic is loosening its grip over the country, testing is still going on in full swing to ensure timely action and prevention of the infections. Now, as of yesterday, more than 39 crore 78 lakh tests have been conducted so far in the country. Over 18 lakh 59,000 tests were conducted in the last 24 hours. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh undertook an aerial survey of the project areas and sites prior to arriving at INS Kadamba helipad. The flag officer commanding-in-chief Western Naval Command Vice Admiral R. Hari Kumar and flag officer commanding Karnataka Naval Area Rear Admiral Mahesh Singh received the visiting dignitaries in Karwar today afternoon. The Defence Minister received on-site briefings at the ship lift tower and also assessed marine works and other infrastructure projects at the Naval Harbour as part of the phase 2A of the project Seabird. The Raksha Mantri also viewed the operationalization of the piers. He visited newly constructed sailors married accommodation, Project Seabird contractors, engineers, officers, sailors and civilians at Karwar Naval Base also interacted with Raksha Mantri. Addressing Indian Navy officers and sailors at Karwar, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said that self-reliance or Atmanirbharta is being pursued vigorously by Defence Ministry and steps in that direction have been taken with regard to defence procurement.
रक्षा मामलों में भी भारत आत्मनिर्भर बने, इस दृष्टि से भी कई मेजर स्टेप्स हम लोगों ने लिए हैं और प्रधानमंत्री जी का बार बार आग्रह रहता है भारत हर मामले में आत्मनिर्भर बनना चाहिए और हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं। और आपको जानकर खुशी होगी, कैपिटल प्रोक्योरमेंट बजट का 64% वह केवल डोमेस्टिक प्रोक्योरमेंट होगा। 64% जितना हमारा बजट है डोमेस्टिक प्रोक्योरमेंट, कैपिटल प्रोक्योरमेंट बजट का 64% केवल डोमेस्टिक प्रोक्योरमेंट होगा। ये एक मेजर डिसीजन है। डिफेंस एक्विजिशन प्रोसीजर में भी काफी कुछ हम लोगों ने चेंजेस किए हैं।
Defence Minister also said that the Project Seabird will enhance India's defence preparedness as well as strengthen the country's trade, economy and also give a boost to humanitarian assistance missions.
मैं मानता हूं कि इस प्रोजेक्ट के पूरा होने के बाद हमारी सुरक्षा संबंधित जितनी तैयारियां हैं वो तो मजबूत होंगी ही, साथ ही हमारी ट्रेड, इकोनॉमी और जो हम लोगों को सहायता, मानवीय सहायताएं मुहैया कराते हैं उसमें भी एक मजबूती मिलेगी, ऐसा मेरा विश्वास है।
Indian naval ships and Indian Air Force jets aircrafts are participating in a passage exercise with US Navy carrier strike group Ronald Reagan for the second consecutive day today. The Indian naval warships along with aircraft from Indian Navy and Indian Air Force are engaged in a joint multi-domain operations with the carrier strike group of US Navy comprising aircraft carrier Ronald Reagan. Now the two-day exercise aims to strengthen the bilateral relationship by boosting interoperability in maritime operations. The US Navy and Indian Navy will carry out cross-deck helicopter operations and anti-submarine exercises. The participating forces aim to promote peace, security and stability in the maritime domain. Indian naval ship Shardul carrying 7,640 filled oxygen cylinders, 2 ISO containers of 20 metric tons of liquid medical oxygen each and 15 oxygen concentrators from Kuwait and Qatar arrived at Mumbai port today. The ship has been deployed for transportation of liquid medical oxygen from Gulf countries. The deployment is being undertaken as part of Operation Samudra Setu 2, which was launched by the Indian Navy in support of the national effort to fight COVID-19 pandemic. Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar has lauded Doordarshan and All India Radio for securing positions as the most trusted broadcaster in the country. Javadekar said the survey shows the commitment of Doordarshan and All India Radio to provide authentic and reliable news to the audience. The recent survey conducted by a global agency shows that DD News and All India Radio have retained highest levels of trust among consumers in India.
We are very happy. I congratulate the Prasar Bharati team for this great achievement. And in recent months, continuously during COVID since last year, the way All India Radio and Doordarshan has made an all-out effort to reach out to the last man in the country and spread message about COVID-appropriate behavior and vaccination is very laudable. I am very sure that Doordarshan and All India Radio will achieve new heights, hence further also.
Well, use of technology has turned the operations at Prasar Bharati around and it's no more business as usual on paper. Well, as in less than 2 years, 577 centers and 22,348 employees of Doordarshan and All India Radio have embraced e-office operations. Well-established IT-enabled working structure through e-office at Prasar Bharati came in handy during the pandemic when employees across the country had to work within several limitations during the lockdown and after. And with the vision to make Prasar Bharati operations more efficient and paperless, e-office was introduced in the system in August 2019. Of 577 Prasar Bharati centers across the country, 10% adopted e-office between August and December 2019, out of which 74% in 2020, and the remaining 16% have joined by June 18, 2021. Now, in what has brought speed and transparency in the working of the organization, more than 50,000 e-files have been created so far, with the status of every file actually available online. Now, internally, concerned departments can trace their files, whether it is in movement or parked or closed. In other news, Power Minister R.K. Singh has highlighted India's achievements at the Ministerial Thematic Forum on Energy Transition. The minister counted upon steps of recent years that has resulted in nationwide energy reach and also energy access to all. Wide energy coverage has also resulted in substantial reduction of carbon emission.
The availability of uninterrupted power supply throughout the country has resulted in the reduction in the use of diesel gensets, resulting in a further reduction of CO2 emissions by 35 million tons of CO2 per annum. The huge expansion of access has been accompanied by energy transition at a pace not seen anywhere else in the world. We had pledged in our NDCs that by 2030, 40% of our power generation capacity will be from non-fossil fuel sources. We are already at 38%. If the capacity under construction is added, we are already at 48%.
R.K. Singh further added that India is ahead of its commitment on energy transition. Based on the target of 450 GW renewable energy capacity by 2030, India has completed about 40% of the total target, focusing on solar, wind and bioenergy. India has also set a target to achieve a capacity of 175 GW worth of renewable energy by the end of 2022. He also highlighted ISA's sphere of activities spanning across the world and the support it is providing to various countries in their climate action goals.
We have, in conjunction with the ISA, taken a program called One Sun, One World, One Grid, based on the fact that the sun never sets. When it sets in one country, it is still shining in another country. And grid connectivity will lead to a reduction in the requirement of storage. We have already initiated studies on this in conjunction with the World Bank. The International Solar Alliance has taken up projects in many countries and small island states, and is also working on a mechanism for setting up a risk reduction fund so that investments in renewable energy can be facilitated in countries where it is required.
Minister of External Affairs has said that India has brought electricity, dams, schools, healthcare and community projects to Afghanistan, and the world knows what Pakistan has brought to Afghanistan. MEA spokesperson Arindam Bagchi was reacting to Pakistan Foreign Minister's comments on Afghanistan.
Our perspective on Afghanistan has been enunciated on various occasions. India supports all peace initiatives and has a long-term commitment towards development and reconstruction of Afghanistan. In this context, we remain in touch with various stakeholders, including regional countries.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of External Affairs has also made it clear that overseas supply of vaccines from India would depend on vaccine availability and domestic vaccination program.
GOI is making all efforts to augment vaccine availability in the country, be it through domestic production or imports. As regards the specific vaccines and the status of their imports into India, this is a matter for the concerned regulatory authorities.
And before we wrap up, a quick look at the COVID-19 updates from across the world. Well, as many as 18.03 crore have been so far tested positive for COVID-19 across the world, while more than 16.51 crore patients have recovered from the virus. The deadly virus has so far claimed lives of over 39.07 lakh people globally. The US continues to be the worst affected country from COVID-19. As many as 3.44 crore people have tested positive for the virus in the country. Deaths in the US due to the COVID-19 stands above 6.18 lakh. Cristiano Ronaldo kept Portugal alive in Euro 2020 with 2 penalties to cancel out a brace from France's Karim Benzema in an enthralling 2-all draw that sent both sides into the last 16 in a breathless conclusion to Group F on Wednesday. Benzema confirmed his return from international exile with his first goal for France for more than 5 years after being recalled for the tournament. And with that, it's time to wrap up this newscast. Thanks for tuning in. Namaskar.
Your window to rising India. India's voice on global platforms. Latest news from India and around the world.